Hello, everyone. Welcome to New Gen Politics. So, Trump has just added another location to his list for potential American expansion targets. And this is one that may come as a little bit of a surprise, something I have never thought of before. And that location is the Panama Canal, which Trump seems to want to re-annex. So, let's take a look at what he actually said in an interview about this exact topic.
And you take a look at the Panama Canal. It was such an incredible engineering marvel. We sold it under Jimmy Carter. We sold it to Panama for $1. The following day, they quadrupled the amount of money that ships had to pay to get across. They didn't lose one ship. And now they've made it much bigger, and now they've widened it. They've doubled it, right? They've more than doubled it. And it's one of the most profitable things. Any time it's just incredible, right? We gave it away for $1. China now controls it. They actually control the Panama Canal. They run it, they control it. And we shouldn't let that happen. And we can't let China be in Cuba. And they'll get out. If I'm president, they'll get out. Because I had a very good relationship with President Xi, but he respected this country, he respected me, and he'll get out. And we can't let them run the Panama Canal. We built the Panama Canal. Should have never been given to Panama. We should have had it. But we gave it for $1. Think of it.
So he does make a good point. We built it, we paid for it, and we just gave it away. And the interesting thing about the Panama Canal is 75% of all the traffic that goes through there is us, our military, our ships, and we pay for that. Why should we pay for that? We built it. We spent the money on it, and then yet again, we're the one getting taxed to use it. The vast majority of it, all the profits coming straight from the U.S. It makes no sense. It really doesn't. And so Trump seems to want to take it back. How exactly he's planning to do that is up to everyone's imagination. But he posted a picture with a flag in the Panama Canal saying, "Welcome to the United States Canal," to which the president of Panama responded with, quote, "Every square meter of the Panama Canal belongs to Panama and will continue belonging to Panama." And Donald Trump just responds with, "We'll see about that." What an absolute gangster. Yeah, I think we will see about that because it's just a bad deal for America. And I think Trump's going to use his economic influence to get what he wants. Does that mean tariffs? Probably. Does that mean putting tariffs on people who use the canal? Tariffs on countries that support Panama in keeping the canal? Who knows? But Trump could do that. Now, I think that's actually a good use of tariffs. It's a good use of our economic power because we don't want to use it too much, right? When you have the authority to do something, you don't want to use it at every random whim because then people will get sick of it and want to move away, i.e. BRICS. And America has used its economic power to push social issues, which are things that other countries have rejected, and therefore they don't want to be involved with the U.S. anymore. They don't want to be involved with the U.S. whims. The fact that changing social policies will determine economic policy, not a good idea to pair yourself to that. However, if we use our economic authority to push economic issues, and this is a major economic issue, something that could bring in a massive amount of revenue for the United States, while simultaneously giving us, freer access through the Panama Canal, while simultaneously kicking the Chinese out of the Panama Canal, which he said is a massive problem, is that the Chinese have kind of infiltrated through the business and operations of the canal, that they have influence on it. So all of these would be a good thing. And you use your economic power to do that. I think it's not as big of a red flag, right? It just is showing that America is going to fight for America's economic interests using its economic authority, and it's going to do things that are not irrational. It's going to do things that are very obviously within our best vested interest. And I think most countries will not be horribly opposed to that in principle enough to want to push away and join something like BRICS. Now they'll protest about it because they'll say it's awful and terrible, and how could Trump possibly want what's good for Americans? That's crazy talk. But this is just another thing that people, should think about. Like, what can we buy? What can we take back that was land we had? projects we built, things we did that are in our own best interest. And how he's going to do it is, I doubt Trump is going to invade Panama. But if he basically gives them an offer that they can't refuse, whether that's monetarily, whether if he's even offering to buy it back. In the video you saw, he said they sold it for $1. I bet Trump will probably give them more than $1 if he wants it back, and they're willing to give it back. But I think right now the president's saying that it'll always belong to Panama. I think Trump will give him an offer he can't refuse, whether that comes in the terms of economic threat, that this is not a good deal for us, the way you're using this and how this is affecting us, and therefore we're going to give you a bad deal in return, which is we're just going to tariff you to death, and anybody who associates with you, which, could end up really severely hurting Panama, because countries may say, we kind of have to go through them, but we're not going to fight the U.S. on this issue, or maybe we will try to find ways to not use the canal, as hard as that is, because obviously it's built for a reason, and that is because there's not a good way around South America. So what they should do, other countries, if they want to, be on Trump's good side, is they should just say nothing. They should just stay out of it. They shouldn't protest. They shouldn't try to argue on Panama's behalf. They should say, this is a Western Hemisphere problem. This is a U.S.-Panama problem, and we're basically not going to get involved. And if they do that, then I think Trump wouldn't tariff them. But Trump could threaten that anybody who tries to come to their aid also gets hit with a tariff, right? Is that aggressive? Absolutely. Is it totally unfounded? No. It is all in regards to helping American security, to helping America economically, to like I said, just push our interests. Like a crazy thought, put our interests above everybody else's with our money and our military and our economic ability. For some reason, that's abhorrent when we seek our own interests over the rest of the world and being a doormat to them. But I think most countries will see that and kind of want to stay out of it. And yeah, I don't think Trump's out to hurt Panama. He's just saying this is a raw deal. This is something that we made, we built. We benefit the most from using it. It probably should just be ours again, like it originally was. So give it back. I think it's something that could very feasibly happen. On the list of things that could happen, which now consists of probably about 3 things, which is Greenland, the Panama Canal, and then the total annexation of Canada. I think this is probably the most likely, then followed by Greenland, and then followed by Canada, which I think is very unlikely, the Canadian thing. But I think feasibly we could expand. Why not? Why should we not expand our territory in a way that is beneficial to all parties involved, right? Whether that's purchasing, whether that's not giving them a bad deal in return for the bad deal we're getting. There's no reason not to want to expand our resources, to expand our strategic locations. That is all things that benefit the United States. And when done in a proper way, Trump is not threatening to invade them to use the military. He's just talking about economically, with things that he can do that would probably hurt the country of Panama, but overall help the United States. And I don't think Trump wants to have tariffs remain on them if they give up the canal or whatnot. I think he would immediately pull them off, but it's kind of, that's the game we're playing, is if you're going to give us a raw deal, we're going to give you a raw deal in return. And you're not going to like the raw deal, because for the last century, America has always been getting the raw deal, and we've been giving a beneficial, cushy deal to basically everybody. And the second that Trump wants either a fair deal for the United States or a better deal for the United States where we get more of the pie, suddenly he's like the villain for some reason, and he's doing inconceivable moves. It's this is the kind of stuff that's gone on throughout all human history. We want more territory. We want more strategic territory. We want our enemy to have less strategic territory. Buying and selling of land, the trade wars, all this stuff that goes on is nothing new. This is just textbook politics. The fact that this hasn't happened since it was turned over, which, there's already a precedent. It's exchanged hands once. How about exchange hands once again? For some reason that's insane when America's the one that benefits, but it's very possible. It's nothing new. It's nothing inconceivable. I don't think the international community has any grounds to really contest it, nor the ability to contest it. And I think this is a strong indication that Trump is really on the path to wanting to secure America's long-term interests, which I was not sure he was going to do. He seems very inclined to do, which is a good thing, that he's being very future-sighted on this. And then also remember, tariffs in this, if we add this to the equation, that income tax is gone, right? We won't have to pay that many taxes anymore. We could actually start affording things again. So all in all, I think this is not a crazy idea. I think it's very possible. I think we're going to see discussions like this. And like I said, I had never thought about this one before. And there may be many other locations around the world that I had not thought about that Trump has his eye on. What other plans does he have? If that's the way he's going to think, if he's going to be a futurist about this, I'm sure there's a lot more in the bag, and I can't wait to find that out. So anytime he even has a hint of where he wants to take the country, things like these big projects, crazy ideas that may not actually be that crazy, I will be making sure to make a video on it. So if you are interested in that and you like the content, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and thank you for watching.